waste your time trying to figure out which one to take. You can pick a path today. It will pick you. All right. You can't pick a path today. It will pick you. And don't be disappointed if the stars that you need to the stars say that you need to continue on the path you were already on. Stop complaining, little bitch. Just because it's a familiar to you doesn't mean it won't offer you like a lot of opportunities and growth. So give shit a chance. Sometimes the same old can offer wonderful surprises to you. It eyes. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Now, moving on to other better shit in the day. Scientists is proving it really is a thin line between love and hate. The same brain involved in both, extreme emotions, and then dash, but hate retains a symbol of rationality, actually. Okay. Now, love and hate are intimately linked with the human's brain, according to the study that's discovered, the biological basis for two most intensive emotions. Scientists have been studying this shit now for a while. But the physical nature of the hate found that some of the nervous circuits in the brain responsible for it are all the same as those are used during the feelings of romantic love. Although love and hate appears to be polar opposite, study using a brain scanner to investigate the neural circuits that becomes active when people look at a photo of someone they say they hate, or that they hate, or has found that the hate circuit shares something in common with the love circuits. Okay, now the findings could explain why both hate and romantic love can be in the result similar acts of extreme behavior, both heroic and evil. Now this is what professors are saying from the University of London, who led the study and published the online journal of it. So you guys go online and see it. Now, hate is often considered to be an evil passion that should, in a better word or world, be tamed, controlled, and eradicated. So yet to the biologists hate this passion that of an equal interest of love. So the professors like the love is often seemingly irrational and can be led individually into heroic and evil deeds. So how can two opposites lead to the same behavior? Well, the study advertised for volunteers to take part in study of like 17 people were chosen from who the professor had a deep hatred for. One individual most chooses an ex-lover or a competitor at work, although one woman expressed an intense hatred for a famous political figure. So both these professors of the Wellcome Laboratory, neurobiologist, analysts, the activity of the neural circuits in the brain that lit up when the volunteers were viewing the photos of hated persons, they found that the hate circuits included parts of the brain cells that can put them in a rage more so. So found in the subcortex of the organs, the putamen is already known to be involved in the concept of the disgust. It may also be part of the motor system involved in movement and action. So significantly, the putamen is the insula are also both active by like romantic love. This is not surprising because the putamen could be involved in the preparation of aggressive acts in romantic contact, and as in a situation where a rival presents a danger, professors say. Okay, so previous studies have suggested that the insula may be involved and the responses to distressing stimuli. And viewing of both loved and hate faces may constitute such a distressing signal. One major difference between the love and hate appears to be in the fact that large parts of the cerebral cortex associated with the judgment and reasoning becomes deactivated during love, whereas only a small area is deactivated in hate, more say. So this may seem surprising since hate can also be consuming passion like love, but where in romantic love, the lover is often less critical and judgmental regarding the loved person. It is more likely that in the content of love, not love, but hate, the hater may want to exercise judgments and calculating moves to harm. So be careful in that. Injure or otherwise exact revenge, professor saying. So interestingly, the activity of some of the structures in the response to a hate face is proportional in strength to the declare of intensity of hate. So thus allowing the subject state of the hate to be objectively this finding may have implicated in criminal cases too, like as far as where hate can go to. So you have to be careful when you're out here and you just dealing with so much hate, and it really is a thin line between love and hate. So you got to be careful with what you do, because you don't know, like you might step on that wrong trigger, and then you're crossing that thin line. As you see, it's a fucking very thin line between love and hate, and those are just chemical circuits within the brain. So be careful, because it can be ugly. It could be ugly. Yeah, don't play with it. So moving on to other situations in the news that we got going down here in with Louisville, with the protesters setting the courthouse on fire, and shoots 2 cops following behind the decision behind Breonna Taylor's case. Now, following the grand jury decision not to indict any of the officers involved in the Breonna Taylor's killing by Louisiana police, protesters took to the street of Kentucky's largest city. Also, 2 police officers were shot and wounded before the courthouses was set ablaze. Now, the Louisville Police Department put out a state emergency on the days before the decision was announced publicly. Now, honestly, ask yourself, why would they put this out? Why? I don't understand that. Why would this even be put out in days before before they announce the decision? So that goes to show you where they stood at on their intentions with the decision. Now, Breonna Taylor, an EMT worker, was fatally shot when 4 Louisville Metro police officers entered her home during a no-knock raid on her home on 13/20/20. Now, listen, some type of canon acts or something should be held against these judges as well. I understand these cops play a vital part in these killings amongst black people, but at the same time, we also got to be able to make sure these judges are accountable for their lack of making the right decisions, as being judges. That's just my opinion on shit. And opinions are like assholes. And everybody nowadays, they have one. So, you might think I'm wrong. I may feel that I'm right. But I think the judges should be held accountable for a lot of that shit. Because, we stopping racism in the police force. But racism still exists amongst these judges. All right, now moving on. Future artist FXXXY is dead at 25 from a routine medical procedure. Okay, several reports had confirmed that Mudell Watkins, who is better known as Future's freelance record artist FXXY, has passed away from complications while undergoing a routine medical procedure. He was 25 years old. Future initially confirmed the news on IG, showing, his story towards his artist, going way too young, way too soon. A statement from IGA Executive Vice President Joey Manda stated that they were all deeply saddened by the sudden and unexpected passing of FXXY, and offering, their sincerest condolences. And here from the Jaylarock show, we extend our condolences to the family as well. Okay, on that note, without a doubt, the good die young. Okay, moving on to other news. Joe Budden announces women lead sees the things as podcast as new network. Somebody said Joe Budden has a network. He proved them wrong after concluding his deal with Spotify. Joe Budden and the squad took a break from recording but not work. So announcing the Joe Budden network and announcing the thing is the podcast. So, and now we get to have some fun because Buttons opens up his Instagram announcing this shit before revealing the show. So I always say on the pod, there are too many topics that can't and shouldn't touch, and the women get to have all the fun. So he's extremely proud, eager to introduce, this new podcast to everyone. And I can't wait to check it out. So y'all definitely show some love for that, for these females, because they're gonna do their thing. And they joint is will debut on Tuesday, October 7th. So if you're listening to my podcast, even if I lose some of y'all, it don't matter, but show them some love, because that's what it's all about. If y'all support black businesses, let's go out on October 7th and support them. That's what we do here on the Jaylarock show. If you gotta show anything that you got going on, listen, I'm here to support you. It don't even matter, man. I don't got no bad blood with no one at all. You know what I mean? And if I did, or we got bad blood, let's try to piece that up so we can get your work out there, man. That's all, man. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about, man. So it's all love here. It's all love here. It's all love here. Now moving on with Moneybagg Yo. So Moneybagg Yo seemed to be a great mood yesterday after celebrating his 29th birthday with his closest loved one in Vegas. The rapper left the party with a 2020 Maybach gifted by his girlfriend. Okay, great lady, great girl. Give it up for Moneybagg's happy birthday. So the rapper can be seen in multiple videos on Instagram gloating his new whip. Shortly after the eventful night, rumors circulated that the rapper had to end his party early due to a shooting that took place nearby. Moneybagg Yo went on his Instagram to clear up the rumors. Shot at who? With a question mark, as he put on his Instagram. Ain't no motherfucker shot. As people saying, but he also went to say he's in his Maybach right now. But the rapper say with his shoes off, showing him pushing the Maybach, unfazed by the rumors and shit like that. So happy birthday to him, man, and all the Libras in the house. Yeah, man. So, authorities, man, from the baby's Miami robbery case have revealed the video to his interrogation. So the rapper is clearly not pleased by the way authorities have handled the situation. Throughout the video, you will see the rapper clearly annoyed, referring to the incident as bad business. The baby and his team allegedly jumped a man and robbed him January of this year. So the baby and his team reportedly has poured apple juice over